Hiya, Beth. Okay, we got our moves that we did day one, and I'm going to try to whip through this just like you and I did, where we take about a half an hour, go through our release, then our organize, and then we'll see if we can get through 3 times through our strength, and then a little stretching. You'll need your 5-pound weights and your tennis ball and your flat band. I think yours is orange, and your little towel roll or pillow for your bicep curl, and then your kind of squishy ball. So let's start with your feet and this foot release. I'm working my way from my big toe end of my foot to my heel, and I'm just giving a little mushy, and then I pull some meat of my foot down and mushy. So that's a little different than just rolling on the ball. And I'm taking about 5 mushies. That's number 5 to get from the ball of my foot to my heel. Now I'm coming down this middle lane, second, third metatarsal. Whoa, don't fall over. I'm gonna mush, mush, and none of this should hurt. That goes for everything that we're doing. Mush, and mush, and then I made it down to my heel. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this way so you can see. Now I'm coming up this pinky toe lane. Mush, mush. So you're in charge of how much weight you're putting on that foot. I can pretty comfortably put all of my weight, but if it doesn't feel good, put like 20%, 40% of your weight. Oh, is that 5? I'm not counting. Mush. And then take a little rest break. Stand still and just notice your left and right feet. Does one feel any different than the other? And so part of what we're doing is increasing our awareness. I'm going big toe, second foot, mush, and mush. So the more body awareness you have, the less chance you're going to injure yourself. Yeah, now we got middle lane, second, third metatarsal. So I'm coming right up the center of my foot. Mush, mush, mush. And if anything feels like, ugh, painful or like too much, just back off. Now I'm coming down this pinky toe lane. Mush, and mush, and mush. And then straight down on my heel. And then you could either stand still one more time, or if you've got room to take a little walk, maybe even just walking up and down your mat, and notice feet, ankles, knees, and hips. And then let's come to the floor and do our belly breathing. So this is still release work. You're just going to lay on your back and breathe. That's the whole thing. Take a big inhale, big exhale. And so we'll just be here for about a minute, and you can notice where your breath goes. Does it feel like your breath goes into your neck and chest? Could you allow for some movement down low, like around your ribs? Could you allow your belly to move? So you might put your hands on your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Could you allow some movement in your spine and your shoulders? So whatever little wiggling you want to do, could you picture widening your pelvis and allowing it to be heavy? So I'm just letting everything relax in my torso and be real squishy. I'm relaxing my pelvic floor. Yeah, let's do 2 more big deep breaths. So I'm picturing almost like a little squishy ball or a bubble. And then totally relax. Okay, we got one more release exercise. This is your baby bear. This is comfortable to hold on to your legs. So this is not like a contained kind of thing where I'm trying to be tight into a little ball. This is like flop, 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 flop. So you might flop onto an elbow. If that hurts your arms or shoulders, you could do Dracula arms. You could do arms in the air. I'm going to hang on to my legs to show what this looks like. But as always, don't do nothing that hurts. Can you let your head rock side to side. So you might end up eventually flopping all the way over and flopping all the way over. So this is real floppy. It's not Pilates. It's not core. It's actually a pre-Pilates exercise. So when we start with our release work, then we'll be more successful when we do get into organization strength. Yeah, one more each side. Floppy, floppy, floppy. And then we got our bird dog. Okay, so this is, actually I'm going to show this one, but I don't think we ended up doing it because it was bugging your shoulder. If this feels comfortable, to come into this hands and knees position and extend one leg. That's where we're headed. But again, if you try this and go, that's not working today, we'll just move on to the next thing. So bird dog could be just one leg, could be opposite arm and legs. I'm just going to show a few of these just so you got them in your little catalog of exercises. Yeah, one more each side. Again, if this hurts your shoulder, don't do it, or you could do really tiny range of motion, teeny tiny. Okay, that's your bird dog, which is also one of our December 5. So now we got our hip hinge, and this is a nice foundational move because we do this a lot when you get up and out of a chair, get out of your car. So the hip hinge part, when I say hip hinge, what I mean is I'm hinging here. So you could either put your fingers in the front of your hip joints, lean over like you're blowing out some birthday candles, and then stand all the way up. Now, I'm not really doing like a forward and back thing so much as I'm sending my tushy back. I'm lengthening the backs of my legs. You could even push your hands back. And then when I stand up, I think push my heels straight down. Yeah, so I'm going to do 10 of these, this kind of regular speed, what we'll be doing. We're actually doing it. That's one. I'm stretching the backs of my legs. That's 2. 3. And as I come up, 4, I'm giving a little squeeze back here. 5, I'm waking up the whole back side of my legs, my back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's your hip hinge. I might, when I film the next round, I might move the camera up so you can see what my upper body's doing. But this is basically this. Focus your legs. Okay, we played around with a little baby squat, and actually, let me bring my roller out. So this is not what I want you to actually use a roller. I want you to go find something in your house that you can really get a hold of. So this would be like the railing on your front porch, some really sturdy piece of furniture. So this is just to show what my arms would be doing, but this is not a reliable thing to help me with what I want to get to here, which is weight back in my heels and butt going back. So a lot of times when I see people try a squat for the first time, they might do like this. See how I'm kind of jamming my knees forward and in? So play with some kind of wide squat. If you can get somewhere, either today or later, like over the weekend, where you can really hang on to something, that's going to help you get that butt back. Okay, so but let's actually do some squat. So some degree that doesn't hurt your knees. Sitting your tushy back and stand up. 10 of these. Tushy back. And we played with lifting your toes the other day. So if that helps get your weight back, lift your toes. There's 5. And I'm keeping my torso in a neutral position, meaning I'm not rounding, but I'm also not popping my ribs out. What did I say? 4 to go, maybe? 3, 2, last one. So I mentioned briefly that flat rib thing the other day. Here's what my back likes to do. I like to do a lot of work back here and kind of jut my ribs forward. So I have to consciously think of this narrowing or leaning back with my ribs. And again, I don't want to go so far that then I do what I call the pooping dog squat, right? So now my pelvis is curled under. Okay, so we'll keep playing with that and we'll figure out your perfect squat variation. But we got bigger fish to fry. Let's work on our bicep curl. This one you'll need your little towel roll. Let's see, I will move up my camera for this one so you can see my upper. Okay, so my little towel roll just gives me a little spacer here for my arm. Now we can still be thinking about our feet and legs, though. I'm bringing my legs pretty close together, maybe even touching big toes. There's my business going on here, a little organization. I'm really wide and open across my back and across my chest. That's all my organization. Now I'm just going to bend and straighten this arm for 10. 2, 3, 4. So not much is moving. 5. And when we get into heavier weights, this will prove more challenging to not swing your whole body. I'm talking and counting. I'm going to say 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go right into the other side. Move your little towel. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Try to relax your neck. Relax your face. 5. So this is your bicep curl. 6, 7. We're working the front of your upper arm. 8, 9, 10. And then grab up your band. I'm going to blaze through all of these guys and we'll see how many rounds we can get of your strength moves. I think your band is orange. You're going to step on it. So this is going to be my front foot. And I'm going to be in some kind of a little lungy position. I'm going to move my thing down a bit. So your back foot could be heel off or heel on, whatever feels better. Whoa, it's all over today. So the heel down would be like this. Heel up would be like that, a little harder to balance. So you find a nice lungy position. Most important is this. I'm making a straight line from my torso to my back leg. Yeah. And this might be really teeny tiny for today. Little bitty row. And a row. So I'm squeezing my elbows up and back. 3, 4, 5. Long neck. 6, 7, 8. I'm thinking of stretching the front of my chest. 9, 10. And I do feel a little work in this front hip. That hip was having to work to keep me in my lunge. Okay, that was our rows. Yeah. Let's go through that whole little series. Did we do everything? Yeah. Twice more. So we got our hip hinge. Push your hands into your legs. You decide how far forward you're taking your torso. Stand up. 10 of these. Hip hinge. Stand up. So my tummy's working. I'm lengthening the back of my legs. I'm like a little birdie on a desk. What is this? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, baby squat. I'm just going to show this here, but again, I gave you the options of going and finding an object to hold. Yes, I'm showing a pretty tiny version. Just play around with this. 3. Eventually, I do want to get my bum way back behind me. 4. Like if I had a big, heavy dinosaur tail. Yeah. But stop if this hurts your knees and just wait and we'll go into upper body here in a second. I'm talking and counting. I'm going to say we got 3. 2. 1. Okay, now we got our bicep curl. We'll make my little spacer here. And then grab your 5-pounder. Organize yourself. So I got everything kind of squeezing in towards the middle. My ribs, my belly. Relax your shoulders. Curl. 2, 3, 4. So you may notice a lot of these moves, like this bicep curl, is training this muscle. I'm also using my legs and my core. Is that two? You also may notice I'm a shitty counter. Okay, we got side number 2. You can't trust me to count anything. 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we got rows. Grab up your band. And again, we're going for pain-free movement. So now I switched legs. So I had my left leg in front. Now I've got my right leg in front for this round, just so we've done both sides. Yeah, so this might be a really teeny tiny little row. Drawing your elbows back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, long through my whole spine from my head to my back foot. Last one. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with our strength and come down to the floor because I had an ab specific thing that I forgot the other day. Even though I had a list of notes I was going off with, sometimes I forget stuff. So, dang it, that's what I forgot was our hammy thing. Actually, I'm stopping. We're going to go back to standing and do our hammy curl. Okay, this one I would suggest go find a wall and put your hands on the wall and then bring your little ball behind your knee. Now, here's what I don't want to do. See how I'm kind of hiking my hip, pulling my knee forward. This is going to be hard to get your legs together. And by together, I mean, if I had the wall, if I was snuggled up to the wall, my chest and the whole front of my body would be on the wall. See that? Yeah. And then I'm just going to start to push this leg back for 10, 9, 8, 7. So I'm giving a little squeeze back here to my hamstring and the bottom of my butt. Yeah. That's 4, 3. And I'm thinking of lengthening through here. Last one. Okay, now we'll switch sides. I'm going to face this way just so you can see what I mean by hands on the wall, level hips. And then I take my leg straight back, 10, 9. So I'm trying to avoid hiking my hip or bringing my leg to the side. 8, 7. I'm isolating this back of my leg, hamstring. 5, 4. Pretty tiny little moves. 3, 2. Last one. Oh, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and repeat that since we didn't do twice through on that one. Shake out your legs for just a sec. So we had talked about what I call quad dominant, meaning the front of my leg muscles do all the work when I go to do something. So what I'm hoping is to wake up all of this back here. And this is a way to do it. Okay, so find your wall, squeeze the ball. And so if you've got your wall in front of you, that'll keep you from doing this kind of thing. So I want to be really upright. Here we go, 10. Push your foot. Oh, I'm losing my ball. And push, and you got to find like the non-slipperiest pants for this one. 4, 5. I'm going straight back behind me. 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is a little balance too. 10. Rest. Take a break. Ooh, so at that point, by the end of those, you should feel the back of your leg working. Yeah. Okay, we got to do side number 2. Come to the wall, hands on the wall. Get organized. Push your leg back, straight back. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this feels challenging. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that was my weaker side. I don't know if you could tell my pelvis was wanting to rock, and I was having to really focus to not do this kind of thing. Because if your body's used to using certain muscles, and then we ask it to use other ones, it might go like, but I can cheat, and I can do all this. I can use my neck, right? Oh, yeah, but we don't want to be cheaters. Okay, we got our little curl. This is a little bit goofy to explain, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And if you watch this and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, you can wait till we meet again to do it with me. But this is a good core exercise. And again, if it doesn't feel good on your shoulders, stop and just we'll wait till the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, so the weirdest thing is figuring out where the ball goes. This is my low back. This is my neck. Not either of those, but right about bra strap land. Yeah. So when I come down, it's going to disappear. You're not going to be able to see where the ball is, but it's like right there. Yeah. Okay. If this feels comfortable, you could make a little basket for your head and your hands, and then push your elbows. And then I'm going to try to curl myself up. If that doesn't feel comfortable, Dracula arms. I'm curling my forehead and my belly. Teeny tiny little move, but this is hard. And then I'm mushing my ribs back. And then here's my curl up, forehead towards my belly button, and then mushing my ribs. Here's option number 1 for the hands. Curl up, mush my ribs, last 2. Curl up. If that doesn't feel good, Dracula arms. Last 1. Curl up. Oh boy, come on down and rest. Ooh, so by the end of that, we just did 5, but this little mystery zone is hard to find. That was like burning. Yeah, like working, I mean, not painful. Okay, now we do our little 90-90 hip mobility. However you want to do this, you could do look on the hands. You could straighten your legs and bend your knees. So I'm not really trying to tuck my foot up underneath me. I'm trying to lean over onto one hip. And this could end up being almost like a little pigeon where you lean forward over your legs. So you can just play with this a little bit. Easy. You could lean back. That might feel nicer. Knees to the left. Knees to the right. And see how I'm letting my whole torso move. I'm letting my shoulders move. So this is not a organization exercise. This is like whatever you want to do to get some mobility in your hip. Yeah. Now, if this feels comfortable to sit with hips level and knees, what is this? My front knee and my back knee. So I've got external, internal. If this doesn't feel good, you can sit froggy or cross-legged. Yeah, we got our mermaid. Watch my shirt here. And actually, this is my tighter hip. What I'm going to do for this one is sit on a bolster. If you've got a book or a yoga block or a couch cushion. Oh, yeah, that's better. So now I can get my waist nice and long. All right, let's see if I can show you on my shirt here. When I bend to the side, yeah, see how my shirt wrinkles up? This side gets long. So this big side bend. Yeah. Or chicken wings, as I call these. So I can still be working this side bend. I'm letting this shoulder come up and this shoulder come down, even if I don't do the arms or the shoulders. Yeah, it still feels like some work. Got one more of these, guys. I'm wrinkling up this side. If this is comfortable, let your hand come down and do it. I'm stretching this side. Now we're going to switch and do side number 2. If you don't need the bolster, you can lay flat. What I see sometimes if I have people with tight hips or knees is they start out like this. Uh-oh. See how I'm already in kind of a cocked up position. So I'm trying to get hips pretty level. Is the reason for the bolster. There we go. So that's what I mean by level hips. Okay, we got our little chicken wing arms. Or if this feels okay on this side, big stretch. Now, you see me in this mirror over here. I'm trying to be piece of toast in the toaster, meaning I'm not doing this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm trying to stay, what is this plane of movement? Side to side, rather than rounding forward or back. Last one. Okay, so that was our mermaid, which is one of our 5 too, our December 5. And then we did our propeller. So you decide if this is appropriate for you today to stretch out nice and long. And again, maybe bent knee, bent elbow. As my arm goes forward, leg goes back. Leg goes forward, arm goes back. Eventually, I could work up to where I've got straight arm and leg. And this feels like, wee, like a big old nice stretch. Okay, we'll do side number 2. So you might notice a difference, of course, side number 1, side number 2. If you get over here and go, oh, this ain't working, find another way to do this. So I can't stress this enough. This is not the land of like pain and suffering. Do it because Anne's telling you to do it. Like that's the opposite of what we're doing. This is getting into your body, noticing what you notice. Okay, let's do one last breathing exercise. I'm going to sit on my little bolster, but you can lay on your back or sit or whatever a comfortable rest position. And we're just going to spend about a minute here counting our breaths. So that's a really easy way to sort of shut your brain off. Yeah, it's something we all could practice in these times. So I'm just going to count each breath. And if you start to lose count, just start over. So as you inhale, count 1 breath. 2. 3. And then I'm going to be quiet and let you count your breaths here for another half a minute. And slowly open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes. So that was about a half an hour of going through our Ross protocol, our strength moves. I think we'll stick with this for the next 2 weeks, the next 3 sessions we got. We could take these basic moves and then add weights, add intensity. But I like to have a nice basic program that you can sort of get in your little noggin. And then you could do what we just did, which was blaze through the whole thing. Or you could go, oh, I'm waiting for my tea to boil. I'm going to hop on the floor and do a little baby bear. Or I'm going to do a couple rounds of my squats. Or before I go to bed, I'm going to go through that side stretch propeller. Okay, let me know if you have questions. And I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.